Hi everyone. I have to apologize that it's been such a long time since I made a new video for you all to kind of keep you updated what's going on. I'm at work right now, so I gotta watch out for customers. So a lot has been going on with me. So last week when I was working, I wanted to make a video for all of you. My plans were to make a video on protein powder. What's the best protein powder? Well, last week I was working and a lady came in and I had a friend in the store and we were just catching up, and she's like, she says to him, she goes, does anybody own that black vehicle that's outside? I said, what black vehicle? And she was like, that black vehicle. I said, an MKZ Lincoln? And she's like, yeah. She goes, that lady just backed into it. I said, that's my car. So I ran outside as quickly as possible, and I told my friend, quick, quick, quick. I'm like, get her place, because she was just sitting in her truck, like in the middle of the where you park and you drive through. So she's sitting there. So I knocked down the window and I said, hey, you just hit my vehicle. And she was like out of it. I think she was drunk. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, you need to park. You need to go park, because I'm going to call the cops because you hit my vehicle. She had her phone out. I don't know if she was trying to call the cops. I'm assuming she was trying to, but when she parked, she couldn't quite park right because she went between the lines. So we called the cops, and I was working, and my boss, he was actually parked right next to my car, and I said, hey, did you not see that girl hit my car? And he's like, oh, I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. He's like, I was on my phone. So I said, you're gonna have to go back, you're gonna have to go in the store and run the store while I, wait for the cops. So the officer came, and I told him, he's like, yeah, do you have your insurance? And I said, why do I need my insurance? I said, she hit me. Because the last time I just got hit, when I ran over in the parking lot at my work, a month later, my car got hit in the parking lot of where I work. And she hit it, and it was parked, and I'm like, and that got taken care of. The lady was so sorry, and the officer's like, I don't even know how she hit your car. I can't even make a diagram on this. So that happened, and then now this happened. So I said, you need to check her, because I think she's under the influence of something. Because I said, she's swaying all over, and she can't talk right. And he's like, yeah. So I went and I got my insurance, and I said, well, did you check her out? And he just looks at me, he's like, he's not a very nice officer, and he says, yeah, it's called old age. I'm like, old age? I'm like, she's not even that old. I said, okay, well, did you ask her how she backed into my vehicle? And he just looks at me and he's like, not saying anything. I said, oh, are you not at liberty to say anything? Tell me. He's like, yeah, it happens all the time. People back into people all the time in parking lots. And I'm like, no, they don't. So she got out of her vehicle, and I had asked her, I approached her because she was on her phone, and she's fiddle-faddling with her phone. And I said, what are you trying to do? And I'm like, you trying to take pictures of my car? And she's like, yeah. I was trying to take it. I'm like, oh my Lord, I know she is wasted, because she couldn't even take the picture. And I'm not trying to make fun of her. I'm just trying to let you know that this lady was drunk, and the officer just completely just didn't care. So I'm like, and I told him, I said, I hope she's got insurance. He's like, yeah, she's got insurance. She's got Geico. I'm like, all right. And then he didn't give me any of the information, me any information. So I had to call his lieutenant and report him that I don't think that he was fair and at all. So I told him he needed to check into the lady, feeling that I felt she was intoxicated, because that's what I felt she was. So anyways, so that happened. And then I had my MRI. It was supposed to be on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? What's today? Friday, Saturday, Thursday. I can't remember. Thursday at 10:30, right? So I'm all excited for my appointment, and I'm like, yeah. And then the hurricane happens, right? And then my store is like off the wall busy. People are like stockpiling it up. They're stockpiling frozen stuff, food. And then I got a text message from the place where I was supposed to do my MRI, and they said, yes, your appointment reminder. And then so I go home, because I worked late that night, so I worked at 11. Then I got a phone call for them saying that I needed to call them when they open, because they're going to close tomorrow because of the storm. Okay, that's fine. I get it, you know, because probably the children's, they had kids in school, so they closed down, so the parents have to take care of the kids. So I called today and I told her, I said, yes, I had an appointment. You guys canceled it on yesterday. I needed to call to reschedule. And then she's like, you did? And I'm like, yeah, I did. And I gave her my information. So she was like 15 minutes. She's like, well, she goes, okay. She's like, I don't know what he was taking her so long to try to figure out. She kept asking my name, how I spelt it, what my date of birth. And then she's like, well, yeah, I'm gonna have to get back to you because we're gonna have to call everybody that we canceled the other day, yesterday. I said, okay, I said, but could you please, I said, I know this is not your fault, but I said, I've waited a really long time for this MRI and I really need to get it scheduled right away next week. So please call me because I'm gonna be all day at work as soon as possible, please. Okay, never called me. So you know what? I'm busy all day at work. And so I called because I was going to leave a message because I knew it was after hours. It's 6:30. So somebody answered and it's the same girl. She tries to pull off like it's not her. And I said, yeah, I called early this morning and the girl said she was going to call me back to reschedule and nobody called me back. And I really need to get in. She's like, oh, you had an appointment? You got it canceled yesterday? I said, yeah, remember you guys weren't open yesterday? You guys canceled because of the store? She goes, oh yeah, okay. She said, well, I'll just leave a message for them in the morning. If they'll call you back, just call us on Monday, which I know they won't. So that's what I've been going through with my foot. I'm still in my boot, still just waiting for answers and praying to the Lord. I will tell you this, that my foot, the more I stay off of it, and I know work don't like it because my boss came back from his vacation, and I'm doing exactly what my work instructions state. And then I had a hiring event, and then I hired 15 people. So I'm upstairs because my AA doesn't know what to do, so I have to spend all my time upstairs doing everything. So he comes back, my boss, and he's like, so I heard you were upstairs while I was on vacation all the time. I said, yeah, I was. I spent more time upstairs because I hired 15 people. And then I'm doing what my work restrictions tells me. So I said, I'm doing my job. And he's like, oh, well, don't worry about it. I said, I don't know who's saying stuff to you, but I don't appreciate it because I said, you know, I'm really getting tired because people at work are really, really petty. People will, you know, try to get you in trouble and it's so ridiculous. It's so drama. But you know what? I pray for everybody. I'm not wrapped up in that at all. And I just told Bert, I said, you know, he's like, well, don't worry about it. Don't let it upset you. I said, I'm not upset, but I'm just going to tell you straightforward. When you say stuff like that to me, it's ridiculous because you know I'm a worker. I'd never sit on my butt for any reason, any reason. So I don't know what somebody's problem is, but I'm doing my job. I'm trying to staff the store. So he said that, and I mean, I'm over it. I don't care, you know, if somebody doesn't like me. I pray for the people that don't like me, because that's what we're supposed to do. We're all, you know, if people don't like you, pray for them. Treat them as your brothers and sisters in Christ. And sometimes it's hard, but you know, for me, it's getting easier. The more closer I get to God, and the more I pray and do my devotionals, things are getting a lot easier for me in life. And I've got to share this story with you guys. So I had a lady in my store, and I'm hoping nobody comes in and interrupts me. So I had a lady in my store. So they called me down. They're like, Miss Christy, there's a lady, she's having a seizure, you know, in aisle 22. I'm like, and it was late at night. I'm like, oh my goodness, a seizure. I don't know what to do for seizures. So, I mean, there's different things you can do. So, and she's like sitting in her mobile cart, and I looked to see, oh, she's one of my regular customers. And there's a really nice lady, you know, sitting there. She said, well, I called, you know, 911. And so, you know, I wrapped my arms around her, and I started, you know, I said, just breathe, slow your breathing. And I hugged her, and, you know, I was caressing her arm. I said, Jesus is with you, and Jesus is here. You know, I said, don't worry, he'll take care of you. And I started praying. And she finally calmed down her breathing, and I told her, I said, you know who I am? And she looks up and she says, oh, yeah, I know who you are. And I said, yeah. And she felt better. And then I had one of my other customers, he's a Christian, and he goes to my church. He came over and started praying over her. And the lady is a Christian too as well. So we all asked, we were like, what church do you go to? So the lady that was there to begin with, she goes, I go to Christian Compassion. And I said, well, I go there. And my friend goes, well, I go there. I'm like, so I tell the lady, I says, now isn't that a sign from God? He sent all three of us to your aid. So she goes, yes, sir. She says to me, it gives me goosebumps. So I was at Walmart the other day for work too, doing prices. I'm supposed to go, you know, us managers are supposed to go and compare prices. So I was at one of the Walmarts, and I had this guy in a mobile cart come up to me. He says, hey, I know you. You're one of the managers at such and such. And so I told him I was there. And he's like, I know you're a Christian, aren't you? And I said, I am. And it was just amazing. He started praying over me. You know, we said prayer right in the store. And he's like, God sent me to you. God sent me to you. And I said, he did. And you know, that's God working in my life, telling me there's so many Christians out there. And then today I play at work my Christian music. And people are like, I love your music. I love your music. It's so amazing that you're playing such good music. And I said, you know what? I love the Lord, and I'm not afraid to say it. I'll tell everybody, the whole world, that I love God. I love him. So don't ever be embarrassed to anybody. And if people don't like it, just pray over them. Say, well, I'm really sorry, you know, that, you know, but I love the Lord, and I'm not afraid to tell anybody. So that is all what I've been going through. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. I've been going through a lot, but like I said, my foot, I was trying to go back to my foot, the whole purpose of what I was saying. But the more I am off of my foot feels better. Obviously, the more I'm on it, the more painful it is. So I did order the CBD oil for myself and for my dog, because my dog is very old and he has a hard time, you know, sitting down and resting. He goes in the circle sometimes, and he has arthritis. So I give him the powder glucosamine, chondroitin, and MSM for him. I'm gonna go because there's a customer coming in the store. I love all you guys, and thank you for your prayers and everything. God bless you all.